Hey, all you renegades out there. Coping skills back with more Ren. Going back in time to Children of the Moon. That's right. I missed this one along the way in my over 50 Ren reactions, but better late than never. I just wanted to give a special thank you to all the renegades out there that have found my channel and have been very supportive since the very beginning. But without further ado, let's just get right into the music. Creepy. What was that?
Children that worship the moon. We live in the shadows and we never see the sun. Creatures of this city, and I'm sure you'll see us soon. We dance to the beat of a very different drum.
Alright, so this is definitely a little bit younger Ren here. Man, he's so creative. I love the entry with the silent movie vibes, but then he kind of started weaving in some color, and then this is full color, painting some really good pictures with the cinematography, but also with the words and just kind of the general vibe. So super creepy at first, and then it came in with almost this jazzy segue. Ren is a master of kind of creating texture, and I don't doubt that he did this beat and brought in a lot of those samples, and he just knows how to play with things and just really say something. So I'm really interested to what this song says.
Worship the moon, we live in the shadows and we never see the sun. Creatures of this city, and I'm sure you'll see us soon. We dance to the beat of a very different drum. Gonna get that rhythm that sends shivers down your spine. In the sewers of the city we will wait until the night. When the night's black ink holds the moon in the sky, we will take to these streets where we beast move with pride. It's a Children of the Moon intervention, with the hairs that stand on end when you feel tension. A different breed, with the scabs, with a scum, with a grit, with a grind. And we dance to a very different
Yeah, before he gets into this next verse, I just got to go through some of the scenes here. Man, he's really playing inside this kind of horror movie theme. Here he's kind of locked in a padded cell in a straitjacket with all this kind of stuff written up on the walls here. Obviously, in this scene, he's gone a little mad, use the British term. And then here, he's a priest kind of exorcising this person who's strapped here. So another definite kind of supernatural horror movie theme. Here we have kind of the crazy psychopath kind of character. He's obviously a mime here, but kind of harkens to the Joker or, several different horror movie characters that kind of are in that same vein. Man, and he puts himself into every single character, and not to mention the very first one where he was kind of the zombie movie, right? Kind of the Walking Dead type of thing. So really kind of going into that horror movie vibe with the cinematography, but then the words, the lyrics, talking about kind of worshiping the moon, so they come out at night. People don't know that they're around. They kind of are hidden, and they kind of go by the beat of a different drum. So different kind of a breed of people we're talking about here. Yeah, so yeah, let's see where it continues to go.
We will take to these streets where we beast move with pride. It's a Children of the Moon intervention, with the hairs that stand on end when you feel tension. A different breed, with the scabs, with a scum, with a grit, with a grind. And we dance dance to a very different. Once upon a time that was not long ago, there lived a little boy infected by the evils of this world. In his heart, the madness was growing until he leaked anger into his veins. And when he grew, he didn't throw up, he just grew more and more insane. He felt pain in his brain, flames, blisters, bloodstains, bipolar hurricanes. Tried to remain sane, no, but it's in vain. Burning up in flames, oh, what fun, fun, dance to the drum, drum, drum.
Yeah, so gotta stop it one more time just to call out a few things. He's talking about this group of people who are basically worshiping the moon, meaning, they're the night dwellers, the unseen, and then talking about being bipolar. And if you don't know, if you're new to the channel, I'm a licensed mental health counselor. Started doing reaction videos to try to raise mental health awareness. So whenever I see something that I can weave into a mental health perspective, I'll take that opportunity to do so. And right here, he's talking about bipolar. We tend to use bipolar in a colloquial way, in that we say it to just mean a mood swing. But in actuality, bipolar is a little bit different animal than just mood swings. But for the purposes of this story, he's talking about people who definitely can fly off the handle and have severe mood swings, kind of in that horror movie genre. But I kind of get the picture that one of the things that Rin has been very vocal about, and he has even put a lot of his own money into creating like a community space for people who have what he terms invisible diseases or invisible disorders or sicknesses, like the Lyme's disease that he had was very difficult to diagnose, and the ME that he had, and I think pandas, and there's several different disorders that he's been very vocal about trying to bring more attention to push for more advancements in medical science to get to more cures. In calling them the invisible disorders, I think they're the ones that kind of hang around in the dark. And this group of people are very reclusive because they're typically in pain and they can't go anywhere, so they don't see the light of day very often, and they're kind of invisible because they're at home. And I think he's trying to paint that in a picture of when people hear about those disorders, they think horror. So he's using the horror vibes in here, which is really interesting. He picked up on another theme here of, kind of cutting up a body, maybe like Frankenstein or whatever movie that involves dismemberment we've got going on right here. He also mimed several different ways to take your own life around here. So he's really kind of leaning in to some of the symptoms that are really associated with that group of people dealing with those invisible illnesses. And I think this is a really creative way to kind of bring attention to those things. But also I love the contrast that he's bringing in here with this almost a ska poppy kind of vibe to the beat, but then also dropping some really horror vibe images alongside it. And I think that presents some of that bipolar that he's talking about. So people that are suffering from bipolar typically are either manic or either go, 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 getting a lot of things done, very productive, typically high emotions, energetic, enthusiastic, but then the shift in the mood is to kind of complete bottoming out depression, can't do anything, doesn't want to go anywhere, that type of thing. So these two contrasting things, like if you were just listening to the music, you would think it's almost happy, except for the samples that are like, ugh, ugh. Anyway, I just thought it was really interesting how he's playing with the video, the lyrics, and the music, all to paint these contrasts to kind of exemplify this group of people. And I know for Ren personally, he was misdiagnosed as having bipolar disorder, even though he had Lyme's disease. And they kept on telling him that he was depressed. And he's like, well, I don't feel depressed. But anyway, yeah, his story is, man. So I'm not sure exactly when this happened in his time frame of his illness, but the way he's showing this on screen, man, just awesome.
Children that worship the moon. We live in the shadows so we never see the sun. Creatures of this city and I'm sure you'll see us soon. We dance to the beat of a very different drum. We weave through the city like a poisonous thread. We're not quite living but we're not quite dead. We all sing along to a very different tune. We are the children that worship the moon. We are the children that worship the moon. We live in the shadows and we never see the sun. Creatures of the city and I'm sure you'll see us soon. We dance to the beat of a very different drum.
Oh man, what do you say about the man's artistry? Man is just a creative genius. I don't know what to say. Man, that was a lot of fun. I was never into horror movies so much as a kid, but the older I got, and my wife is super into horror movies, so we watch horror movies all the time, so I've seen a bunch of them. And I love how he was pulling from so many different types of horror movies into this, and I really do think that it blends into kind of that voice for these invisible illnesses. Well, if you like the reaction, maybe consider subscribing, leaving a comment, and hitting that like button. It goes a long way. And I really just want to say thank you for watching. It means a lot to me. And if you want to support the channel even more, I have a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description of the video where you can buy a priority song request or even schedule some one-on-one time with me. But something will probably pop up around here. You can click on it and keep listening with me. And we will see you on the next one.